Hi, this is Tom Leahy, managing partner at OptimumEd. This is the last in a series of videos that we are producing regarding financial aid and how to pay for college. Previously, we looked at how financial aid works and the intricacies of the formula that's used to determine eligibility, how we file for financial aid, and some things to consider in terms of eligibility and when we look at schools. But, I guess the question that probably comes to mind is how do we manage all that? As parents, as a family, how do we determine where we're going to get the biggest bang for the buck, so to speak, especially with, cost being of concern? How do we deal with that and applications and all of that? So this video is going to take a look at the financial aid management platform that we put in the hands of our clients to do just that. So this is the financial aid platform for our student, Jack Smith. So I just want to, show you around and explain to you how this platform works. So, there is information here on the student, and we want to put in, his academic credentials because that impacts how merit aid is shown in terms of the colleges that are on the list. So we want to make sure we have that in there, and then too regarding the overview of information that's needed. We have, we collect all the information that's required to determine the eligibility. We talked about that student aid index number that drives need. And so we collect on this private and secure platform families' numbers so that we can, do that calculation for the family. So in this case, we're looking at parents' income, parents' asset, students' income, students' asset, and there's a budget as well in terms of is there saving, 529 savings and that sort of thing. Is there money coming from other sources? So, for example, like grandparents and that sort of thing. So we know what family is going to be able to put toward the effort. So the first thing we see across the top, which is the critical part, is we do make that calculation of student aid index, both through the federal formula and through the institutional formula. And if you remember from previous video, the federal formula is driven by the filing of the free application for federal student aid. And the institutional formula is driven by the filing of the CSS profile through the college board. And if you're in a school that requires both, as we discussed earlier, the platform will give you a combined number as well, so that we can then understand, based on eligibility and other assets being brought to bear, what our first year's costs are going to be for the student. All right. So very important that we put all that information in there so that we can get a fairly accurate number across the top there, so we can compare that obviously to the schools that we're looking to apply to. And so that's the next thing that we have. We want to be able to put in their schools that Jack is looking to apply to. So we obviously we can search for those schools and put them in our platform here. And it will, based on the financial information that's been put in and the information we have on the school costs and that sort of thing, it will populate, the cost of attendance. And then, of course, the estimated first year cost for each school. So we can make a quick comparison as to what the family's net cost could be by school based upon those elements. And when we look at these schools, we can click on them and we go obviously, will give us a deep dive into actually all the financial elements that go into creating those numbers that we were looking at in terms of cost and et cetera for the family and the student. And it will also, based upon Jack's academic credentials that we put in, show us merit assistance that is possible for Jack to receive at that school. And of course, we can come in, if he applies and he's awarded any of this, we can come in and mark those off so that, once we're on the other side of the process, we have the ability then to really understand what the family's net cost is so that we can create a plan. So we can also, we have the ability to go in and change numbers up so we can create different scenarios and say, well, what if we got an additional 10,000 from this source or 15,000 from this source? We can go in and we can change those numbers up and see how the outcome changes. So we can, determine exactly what kind of impact we can have on the net cost of the family based upon those resources that we can lean on, that we have available, or we might have available. There's a bunch of information here on borrowing. If at the end of the day, loans are needed, very impactful borrowing function here that lines up various private loans that you can compare and take advantage of if you need to. There's also a private scholarship search function where you can go in and you put in a profile of a student, and it will populate with loans, private scholarships that are available out there, and it'll give you information on the amount, when they're due, and of course the way to apply through a website link as well. So that's also available. So we touch everything that has to do with paying for college through the website. And then two, we can come in here and we can say we were planning on going to Pennsylvania, College of Art and Design. We can come in here and actually create a 4-year plan based on the current financial information, so we can see exactly what we're needing to do from a family standpoint, from a resource standpoint, what that looks like. So year over year, we know exactly what we're walking into, and there's no surprises. And of course, this could be adjusted on a yearly as things change as well. So that's the platform. So it really allows us to go in and really have a very powerful way to compare colleges, compare cost, compare assistance that's provided, and then as we come to the end of the application process, and we know where we're going, how much assistance we're going to have, we can be able to create that family plan to handle their part of the cost. And there's various reports that can be printed out as well. So we've just touched on high level on what's available through this site, but we wanted to highlight and showcase the technology that we bring to the equation for families and students to better manage the whole process of applying for and paying for college. So with that, I'll thank you for your attention, and you have a great day.